Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. President of the Jamaica Football Federation, JFF, Michael Ricketts, today hosted a press conference at the Pegasus Hotel in New Kingston to discuss plans to start the new season of the National Premier League. Ricketts said there is a plan for the league to run from November 14 this year to June 30, 2021. As part of the plans for the league, 14 teams will compete for the title in the 2021-2022 season, with 16 set to compete in 2022-2023. Let's hear from the JFF boss.
A number of strategic changes have been developed and are being socialized with the clubs and other stakeholders pending JFF board ratification. Some of these changes are directly related to the pandemic and its very negative impact on our footballing calendar. Some of the changes are: Premier League proposed to start November 14 and to end June 30, 2021. Instead of 3 preliminary rounds of matches, it will be 2 rounds followed by the customary playoffs. At the end of the 2020, 2021 and 2021-2022 seasons, there will be no demotion of teams. 2 clubs will be promoted from the corresponding season of the JFF playoffs or second tier, whichever is applicable. This follows that for the 2021-2022 season, there will be 14 teams, and 2022-2023, there will be 16 teams. There must be 8 players up from 7 who are under 21 on the team's rosters. A maximum of 6 players up from 4 of foreign nationality, including players eligible to play under CARICOM rules per team. Substitutes will be up from 3 to 5 for the upcoming season. Please note that when all is finalized, the JFF will post the full regulations on its website. As part of our commitment to ensuring that we meet all requirements of the country and our health authorities, we are pursuing a plan to hold the games at central locations as opposed to individual club venues. This will allow us to manage all the protocols more effectively and hopefully successfully. The health authorities will determine any potential for spectators. Clubs are restricted from having fans at the training venues, which must be held in a very secured environment. This will allow for more effective management of the health and safety protocols. As an important step, and in order to provide a level of assuredness during the preseason preparation of the teams, the JFF will take the unprecedented step of having all players, technical staff, auxiliary staff, administrative and executive personnel, totaling approximately 600 persons, complete a COVID test commencing on Monday, September 28. This process will be repeated before the planned kickoff on November 14. I want to also announce today that in keeping with a public commitment that the JFF would have made from our allocation relating to COVID relief funds, we, the JFF, have made $0.25 million from our COVID support available to the clubs. Specifically, each of the 12 clubs will receive $1.2 million, and the additional amount will be used to cover some costs that would have incurred during the downtime, and of course, relating to administration of the league, including some outstanding debts. These funds will be disbursed in very short order to the clubs. The JFF has been using the time to put its house in order and to plan for the revival of the Premier League under a stronger professional footing. We have been planning for the establishment of a Tier 2 structure and the implementation of a women's legacy program as part of our professional structure. I want to use this forum to indicate that CONCACAF and UEFA Assist have been working very closely with the JFF on these two very critical projects.
All right, George and Lance, we just heard from the JFF president. What do you think about the new format? He says, of course, 2 rounds, regular playoffs, no demoted teams. George?
Excellent news. It makes sense to have 2 rounds. I was keen to listen out for that, not the usual 3. They had to adapt the season anyway, given the times that we're working in. I'm very happy that the plan for football has been laid. No relegation, I can live with that as well, and I can live with them increasing the number of teams for the next cycle, the next Premier League, 2021, 2022 and beyond. So yeah, what I've heard, I'm pleased by what I've heard so far. It's just for them to have all in place to ensure that they get the stamp of approval from the health authorities to begin the new season of the league.
Yeah, and I guess there's been a lot of criticism in recent weeks from the football fraternity about the silence of the JFF on exactly where we are with football and the scheduled start of the season, because under normal circumstances, football would have started in September. So it's good to hear that there is a plan penciled in to get football restarted. If you listen to him carefully, there are still a couple of T's to be crossed and I's to be dotted. But as George mentioned, there is a plan. They have sat down and charted a course for the restart of football, and that's good news.
Definitely excited for the restart of football here in Jamaica. We take a short break and then we come back with Zone Update 2.